Welcome to Austin 360 Radio. I'm JB. Appreciate you joining us. And a longtime friend of mine is here, Colin Wallis with the Parks Foundation. Not to be confused with Parks Department. Now, you know that happens. I know that happens. Parks Foundation is an incredible organization that I love. In fact, a big reason that my wife and I moved into town was we wanted to be close to the hike and bike trail. It means that much to us. And they're the group that has done so many of those improvements that we all enjoy. The bathrooms, the additional water, beautifying it, adding tons and tons of stuff. Now, we'll talk more about that with Colin, but they have an event, Party in the Parks, right? Am I saying it right?
Party for the Parks.
Party for the Parks. A Wednesday at Republic Square. So let's back up before we give the details on the party and the fundraising, because I think if people hear the details of what you guys do, that's going to encourage them to come down, donate, support it, especially if you use our hike and bike trails.
Yeah.
So let's start with, how long have you been there now?
Gosh, I've been there now a little bit longer than 7 years. So hard to believe. It feels like about 7 days. Time goes by too fast.
And you yourself are a diehard runner.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd say diehard anymore.
You're a runner.
Yeah. I like to push my kids.
I know you're a runner because I did my last marathon 6 years ago, and you were the pacer.
Oh, gosh, yeah. That was probably one of my last ones. I'm retired now. Too many. I'm too old to run marathons now.
But so why don't you give everyone an overview of parks and what they do? And again, this is very different from our, like Parks and Rec, as you typically think of, like the city. This is a independent nonprofit that has been doing improvements around Austin for some time.
Absolutely. So we've been in existence now for 27 years, and we essentially, the problem we've got in Austin is that our parks aren't very well funded, and parks are what people love about Austin. And so the Parks Foundation is a nonprofit that raises money and invests it back into our city's parkland. And we've the big projects that our people always see are Zilker Park, right? We were behind rebuilding the lawn and irrigating the lawn along with our friends at ACL many years ago.
Oh, I didn't know you worked hand in hand with C3 started doing some generous, I say donations because it was destructive on the park.
Right.
But the end game is it's exponentially better than what we had before ACL Fest.
Yeah, thank you for saying that.
You know why I know that is like, well, we know some of the same people, like Sandy, who I used to work with. He and his buddies used to play rugby there. And this was before ACL Fest. And then a lot of people that played soccer in that field, it was like playing on concrete.
Yeah.
People were, breaking limbs and rolling their ankles constantly. It had no give. It was not even comfortable to lay on. If you go back, what's ACL's been around this 17th year?
18th,
I think 18th year. It was rough. It was a really rugged thing. So that project with C3 giving back to it, it's lush now. I mean, it's you want to go there on a nice spring or fall day and just lay in the grass.
Yeah,
it wasn't that way before.
No, and Auditorium Shores same way.
Yeah,
totally redid Auditorium Shores a few years back. We just recently, in the last couple of years, completely redid Republic Square, which is where we're hosting the fundraiser. So. But we essentially...
was Parks part of the whole deal where you moved the dog park farther down because it was chaos right there at what we call Auditorium Shores, with the dogs jumping off the wall and in and out of the water.
Yes.
And joggers just getting mowed down.
Yeah, quite a most contentious project I've ever been involved in.
Well, now it's great because you can choose to stay along the water and run through the dogs. I like seeing all the dogs. Or you can go around it all.
That's right.
It's awesome.
Everybody wins.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a parks project also.
And then just, hundreds literally. So Austin has about 300 parks. The Parks Foundation has done work in almost all of them. And we've done capital projects in a lot of them. And so, we're doing work in parks all over town all the time with the community. We just finished a big parks project over at Pan Am and Zaragoza Park in East Austin. We're working on a huge project with the city out in Colony Park, way east, place most people in Austin have
No,
never,
I don't
never
know
been
that.
before.
I know everything about Austin. I don't know where
Colony Park is just adjacent across the road from the Agave development, which was
I know where the Agave
modern,
developed. Yeah, that modernist. It was early
it was
for going
early
east.
on. That's right, out off MLK.
Yeah, and they actually have downtown views up on those hills.
Beautiful downtown.
Yeah,
views.
I know where that is.
We're doing a master plan right now out at Trevino Park, which is out off MLK and Decker Lake Road. Same thing. It's about a 500-acre piece of property, beautiful river frontage, downtown views. It's an amazing piece of property that the city has owned for a long time, and it was run as a ranch up until just a couple of years ago, and then they rededicated as parkland just a few years back, and now are doing the planning. Thanks to,
I didn't know you guys had that much reach to different parks. I thought most of it was centralized.
Yeah, no, we're all over town. So we're doing projects in everybody's neighborhood, which is what makes it fun.
Did you guys build those big old Game of Thrones looking bathrooms?
No, but so a lot of people get the Trail Foundation and the Parks Foundation.
Oh, that's
confused.
Trail Foundation.
But we
right.
did. We were one of the early, and ironically, I was on the board and the chair of the board of the Trail Foundation.
That's why I get it mixed up because you were doing that
it's
too.
confusing. But the Parks Foundation made one of the very early commitments to what was a crazy idea called the boardwalk once upon a long time ago.
Oh my gosh!
And you look at a lot of the trailhead at Johnson Creek. We've given funding for a lot of the projects that the Trail Foundation has done over the years.
Wow. Well, all this stuff doesn't happen without money, right?
It's true.
And and this is such a, like you said, this is such a park town. This is a very active, outdoorsy town. Even when it's 105, we still go out. I'm shocked at how many people are running when it's 105. This is, people love to take their dogs out and enjoy it. You've got your big party on Wednesday, and it's at Republic Square.
That's right.
What's the 5th and
Guadalupe.
Help me out. Guadalupe. All
Not
right.
Guadalupe, as some people like to say. Guadalupe.
Yeah. And you didn't skimp on entertainment. We've got the guy that every adult woman in this town has a crush on. Bob Schneider's playing.
Yeah, we're excited to have him, and President Obama's DJ Mel, is going to be there as well.
What do you mean, President Obama's DJ?
He's President Obama's DJ Mel. It's like a thing.
Really?
Yeah, I guess presidents have their own DJs.
If Obama throws a party and that it needs a DJ, he calls DJ Mel?
I don't know, but he's officially his DJ.
What?
Yeah, it's true.
Okay, so Wednesday night.
What
times things get started?
6:30, Republic Square, austinparks.org for tickets. We'll have great food from our friends at the Peach Tortilla. We'll have our friends at FBR Management. Matt Lucky and his crew are gonna mix some mean drinks. Bob Schneider, DJ Mel. We'll have a great silent auction. I believe there's some dinner at Franklin Barbecue after hours.
What?
There's a house in San Miguel. We've got a bunch of really cool stuff on the auction. It'll be fun. Be nice. Hopefully be nice out at night after the sun goes down, since it's still summer in October. But
yeah, the sun's setting just after 7 p.m. It's really moved up. So if you're starting at 6:30, it starts feeling pretty good.
Yeah, and we
right
get some
after that.
cover from those downtown buildings. It's nice. It'll be nice.
Those
Be a fun
downtown
event.
buildings that weren't there 10 years ago.
Weren't there 10
Isn't it
minutes
crazy?
ago. It's crazy.
It's
Town's
crazy.
Changing a lot.
Well, on that note, a lot and this is a good example. This building we're sitting in right now at the Statesman, I'm sure you've probably been a part of the conversation of some of these proposals they've had, right?
Yeah.
If they're going to develop it, of course, they want to go up more than we have in this type of area, this close to downtown and especially south of the river. But some of the renderings I saw just really opened up it into a bigger park for the bat observation and all that, which is super cool. My point is all these buildings go up, they quite often are able to do it because they do agree to do some public space and that kind of thing. And you guys keep getting pulled into a lot of those, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, we try and be we try and be the voice in the room for parks when a lot of these big developments are being done. Because all those people that work and live in these high rises, they all have dogs, they all have kids.
Right.
People want to find the closest green space to go and have a picnic, take their dog, take their kids, and so making sure there's good access to parks everywhere.
What do Austinites want the most? If somebody's doing a development and you're advising them or working with them hand in hand, do they just want an open park? Do they want volleyball courts? Do they want basketball courts? Do they want t-ball fields? It seems like we got plenty of golf courses. Let's not worry about golf courses. There are a lot of options with that. Surely you guys have done some surveys and studies on that, right?
Yeah, it totally depends on where you live.
Yeah.
Certainly out in the suburbs, you see a lot more interest in soccer fields and playscapes. When you get a little closer to the urban core, it's more trails and dog parks and sort of passive recreation space. Just green space, just
free
to get
free
outside.
poopy bags, right?
Exactly.
Can't have enough of that in downtown Austin.
Never have enough. It's true. A lot of dogs.
Do you guys have a fundraising goal for Wednesday night?
We do. I think our goal initially was 195,000, and now we're pushing that up a little bit because we've had
Who
some.
stops at 195 and doesn't go to 2?
I know.
Who the hell? What?
I know. That's oversight on our part, but we're gonna smash it. We're super excited. We've got a great crowd coming. I know some more folks are gonna come when they hear this on the radio, but we have great food. We started this thing 5 years ago, and like I said, Matt and his crew at Brazos Hall hosted us for 3 years, and we've always wanted to do it outside, but the challenge with doing, and it's raining outside right now, the challenge with doing events outside is you cross your fingers in the fall and hope it's not going to rain.
Right.
And if it does rain, a whole bunch of people have worked really hard for a year for an event that doesn't happen, and so we're glad to be outside, sort of showcasing a space that we spent about $3.5 million rebuilding.
Wow, just on Republic Square?
Just on Republic Square. Doing construction projects in downtown is expensive.
Wow. I'm going to look at the forecast for Wednesday.
It's good. It's supposed to be hot and maybe a little bit less humid. So once that sun goes down, it'll be nice.
When the sun goes down, again, just 30 minutes or so after it starts, it's going to feel great.
So yeah, we're in year 5, and really the sort of ethos of this event was we want to have a lot of drinks and a lot of good food, and not gala good food, but real good food, so that people, and good music, so people can just come and have fun. We do a really short program. We don't get up there and talk for a long time. We just really want people to come and have fun and kind of celebrate our parks.
Yeah, how many times have you been to an event and you're like, oh, here comes the slideshow?
Yeah, too many. Sitting at a 10 top, eating rubber chicken at fill in the name of your hotel here, listening to a long program.
Yeah.
So it's really just fun. It's a lot of just seeing a lot of people and having some good food and some good drinks and enjoying a nice Austin night.
Well, awesome. I'm coming down.
Good.
I'm looking forward to it because I am. I'm so grateful for just the park improvements I've seen in the last 10 years has been phenomenal.
Well, thanks. It's fun work.
Hey, a quick question. Who maintains all those flower beds and stuff on like the pedestrian bridge?
So the Trail Foundation has a bunch of volunteer park or volunteer garden bed adopters. So people literally go up there. And now I think they've figured out a way to get a hose up there. But for years, people were going up there with water cans.
Slugging water up there.
Yeah.
Wow, because we were just
dedicated people.
Yeah, my wife and I just on Sunday. I think we were going for a run, and I always like to stop and walk across the bridge and then start running again and just kind of take it in. It's easy to kind of be heads down when you're running and not notice all the things. And I was like, wow, these are really lush for as hot as it's been. It's one of our hottest summers on record.
Yeah, and if you notice next time you're out there, there are gardens like that all around the trail that people have just adopted, and they make it their sort of life's mission to go out there and take good care of them. So it's really cool.
If someone wants to get more involved with Parks Department, are there volunteer opportunities?
You bet. We're doing volunteer work days around the clock. austinparks.org/volunteer, I'm sure. And we've got every month, every week, we've got volunteer opportunities in parks near you.
That's cool. That's such a tangible thing that I think people can get behind. It's like, I use the parks. I want to help improve it, and you know where it goes, right? For ticket information, and I think I got this right, it's www.party.austinparks.org.
That's correct.
Get your ticket in advance if you want. I'm sure you can buy one at the, I'd say, door. There is no door.
Come to the door, go online, come join us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, you could buy the ticket at the event at Republic Square, but I'm going to head down. Of course, Colin, you should say hi to him and all of his hard work and his amazing team there. But Wednesday at Republic Square starting at 6:30. Again, party.austinparks.org. Thanks, Colin.
Thanks, JB.